After the prayers, I decided to be alone for a while. So I went to one of the less crowded bank of Ganges. Water was so tempting that I decided to take some dips, so removed my clothes on a bench nearby and got in the river. Water was freezing cold and flow was very fast. I hold on to an iron chain tied on the bank and left myself flowing freely for some time. It was so refreshing that it took my months of tiredness in just few seconds. If you are ever looking for a service station to repair your soul, take a dip in the Ganga and say Har Har Ganga, and you will know what I mean. After a few more dips and laps, I came back to the bench where I left my clothes. I saw an Indian sage with long braided hair sitting on the corner of the bench, busy making his marijuana chillum. I said namaste and sat on one corner. He lit his chillum, took some long drags, and exhaled a cloud of smoke from his nostrils. And then he passed the chillum to me. Take it. It is Bholenath's prasad. Har Har Mahadev. I took the chillum, took some drags, and immediately started coughing. My forehead and neck were covered with the sweat. I returned the chillum, but in a little while I felt relaxed. Sage was not wrong. He looked at me and asked, "Whose ashes did you immerse?" At first I was surprised. How he knew? But then a thought came. Why else someone would come in Haridwar? So I answered, "My father's. May his spirit rest in peace." The word spirit made me a little inquisitive, as I wanted to know his perspective on this word. So I asked, "What is spirit?" We are all spirits with a body and a mind, temporary on this earth for a test of our morality, test of our purity, test of our devotion, through our own karmas, our own actions. There is judgment after this life, where we all have to stand in that Vishnu Panchayat for a final assessment. If we pass, we unite with Holy Spirit or Paramatma, and if we fail, spirits need to reincarnate and come back on earth in a new body and continue this test until they pass in some life to meet Holy Spirit or God, an entity which is not an entity yet holds all entities of this world. The sadhu stopped and took few more drags from the chillum and then passed on to me. The information was very interesting, so I asked him another question. Why do we fail when we know the rules for this test? Sadhu replied, wrong desires and decision under the influence of bad emotion becomes the reason for our failure. We must know that it is our five senses which becomes reasons for our desires and force our mind to use our body in those actions which makes our senses emotionally happy and satisfied. However, there are some bad emotions like lust, anger, ego, greed, and any action taken under the influence of these emotions becomes reason for failing this test. How can I clear this test? I was curious. You can clear this test provided you know the yogic postures which will allow your energy to flow freely in your body and making it stress-free. Alternate breathing or pranayam that will help you to explore your subconscious and unconscious mind where answers to all mysteries are hidden, and there you will also find the purpose of your life. Third is mindfulness, which will give you the ability to control and manage your thoughts and mind both, to stay focused on your purpose to make your life meaningful. And fourth, emotional intelligence, which will help you to control and manage your emotions and heart both, so that you could refrain yourself from any evil emotions. His answers were making me more interesting, so I continued and asked him, how can I control evil desires? Sadhu said, through devotion, wisdom and discipline, you could easily burn your evil desire. But remember, until one have God's name on lips and rosary beads or japa mala in fingers, this struggle will continue. Sadhu stopped. I asked my next question. How can I balance my life? By giving importance to your responsibilities first, to your karam, and it will automatically balance all out itself. It was dips in Ganges, ambience of Haridwar, marijuana, or the knowledge gained from sage, but it sure made me calm. My eyes were getting heavy and closed soon. After a little while, I opened my eyes. I was all by myself on the bench. The sage had already gone. In fact, there were only few others left. My throat was dried, yet I asked one of the sage, "Hey, do you know where did the sage go? The one who was sitting here on the bench?" "I did not see anyone." Maybe he just came and had not seen him. Or else, who was I talking to? Maybe my own conscience. While contemplating this, I remembered the real reason why I was in Haridwar. My father's death started bothering me again, and thinking of mother and brother waiting at station made me started walking fast towards them. We boarded the train, which soon left Haridwar, leaving me in the train to conclude. Awakening is just the beginning or first step in the evolution of consciousness. The actual purpose of the spirit is to liberate or solve from this cycle of life and death. For years, spiritual seekers from all over the world has traveled to Haridwar. And Haridwar is always the first destination on their itinerary. And today, I knew why. I was shedding tears, uncontrollable tears. I was enlightened, and the only witness of my enlightenment or Atam Gyan was the fast running train and taking me to the purpose of my life.